Nottinghamshire and Somerset will be playing their four-day cricket in the LV County Championship First Division next season, after both avoided the drop on the penultimate day of the season when 17 miles away Derbyshire was sent down by Warwickshire. Both these sides have played very well in this contest. Somerset resumed their first innings on the third morning on 183 for 223 runs behind their hosts, and James Hildreth and Nick Compton had soon raised a double 100 partnership against Notts for the second successive season at Trent Bridge. As the morning progressed, all out of the middle would have heard that Derbyshire had been bowled out in their first innings, and with that, these two teams could afford to relax a little. Their job done for this season at last. Compton was bowled by Samit Patel for 87 to end the third wicket partnership on 248, while Craig Keyswetter was out for 14, but Hildreth remained and went to 150 in what was a classy knock from a man who, in spite of his troubles this year, still passed 1,000 first-class runs in this innings. It was a masterful performance from the Somerset man, who reached his mark of 210 balls, having spent an age stuck on 149. He'd hit 25 fours and a 6 in that. He was finally out for 161 when he edged Luke Fletcher, armed with the second new cherry, to Chris Reed, who claimed his 750th catch for the county. What a servant he has been to Nottinghamshire. That second new ball did a fair amount of damage. Joss Buttler, in what could be his final innings for the county, was leg before to Harry Gurney for 13 at 303 for 6. Then Craig Macheda sliced a drive off the same bowler 5 balls later. Michael Lum with the catch in the gully as the home side began to get on top. But they were held up for a while by Peter Trigo and Lewis Gregory, who added 62 runs for the 8th wicket before Trigo gave Gurney his 4th wicket, while his 5th followed soon afterwards as Alfonso Thomas edged to Ricky Vessels to give the former Leicestershire bowler the 100th first-class wicket of his career. He ended with a career best 5 for 81 as Somerset were all out for 372. Jamie Overton, the last man to go for a duck, and that gave Notts a first innings lead of 34, one which Stephen Mullaney and Vessels were soon building on. Mullaney switched to one-day mode as he tried to get his side as far ahead as possible. By the end of the day, these two rattling the score along to 79 in only a dozen overs. In that time, Mullaney raced to a 38-ball half-century, one in which he dealt almost exclusively in fours. He struck 11 of them in what was an excellent knock from a player who's come on leaps and bounds as a batsman this summer. He now seems to have nailed down one of the opening spots, having spent the majority of his career in the lower middle order. Vessels was the first man to go for 20, pulling a short ball from Trigo to Gregory, who'd earlier impressed with an undefeated 40. Mullaney was then out for 59 as Trigo bagged his second wicket, the batsman for once not timing his shot as he would have liked to offer Macheda a simple catch at mid-off. Lum was unable to repeat his first innings heroics as he was out for 20 with a flick off Macheda to Thomas. He went with a total on 114 for 3. 25 minutes of what had been a good day for both teams remained, and James Taylor and Patel took the total to 139. Marcus Trescothick took over the gloves when Keyswetter came on to bowl. Make of that what you will, with Buttler in the field. So both sides enter the last day of what has been a far from easy championship summer for them, with their futures in this division secured. Both will have learned valuable lessons too. Notts would still like to win to finish ahead of their opponents. They go into the final day with a lead of 173.